Hi, all. Today we're going to read a short article, and it's a different activity because this is a fictional text. So let's start together. First thing that you have to do is write your name. Just write it here, and then write the date. So today is the 12th. So 10, 12. You should have already done this. Cool. Moving on. This first inferencing activity, so you remember inferencing because you've practiced it in many subjects. I know that we do it in ELA. We also do it in science, as well as some other subjects such as social studies. So an inference, background knowledge, current knowledge, previous experience, using all of what you know to create an inference, what your thoughts are. So let's start by first labeling our paragraphs. Okay, I'm going to zoom out so you can label these paragraphs. So you start out here with 1, 2, on so forth, okay? The expectation is that you label all of them. Now, let's start with our reading. I fell in love with the minister's son. The winter I turned 14. He was not Chinese, but as white as Mary in the manger. For Christmas I prayed for this blonde-haired boy, Robert, and a slim, new American nose. So why does the narrator wish for a slim, new American nose? You can pause this and turn and talk. Now think about it. So this is a way that you can start it off. Starting off by saying the narrator wishes she, because it's a she, Amy Chan, had a slim American nose. Because, why? Why do you think? Why would you want to look like someone from another country or another type of background? Just think about it. Well, probably because you want to be just like them and you yearn to be that way. So the narrator wishes she had a slim American nose because she wanted to be American or white. Because she says, oh, slim new American nose, like Robert, blonde haired boy, as white as Mary. So that could be a possible answer. Cool. If you have something of the sort, then awesome. Okay. So we did this one with you. You're going to do the next one by yourself, but we'll help you out. When I found out that my parents had invited the minister's family over for Christmas Eve dinner, I cried. What would Robert think of our shabby Chinese Christmas? What would he think of our noisy Chinese relatives who lacked proper American manners? What terrible disappointment would he feel upon seeing not a roasted turkey and sweet potatoes, but Chinese food? On Christmas Eve, I saw that my mother had outdone herself in creating a strange menu. She was pulling back veins out of the backs of fleshy prawns. The kitchen was littered with appalling mounds of raw food. A slimy rock cod with bulging fish eyes that pleaded not to be thrown into a pan of hot oil, and tofu which looked like stacked wedges of rubbery white sponges. A howl soaking dried fungus back to life. A plate of squid, their backs crisscrossed with knife markings so they resembled bicycle tires. Let's gather some evidence. So, what words reveal how the narrator feels about the dinner and her culture? Here's a sentence starter that we gave to you. So, thinking back of what the narrator said from this paragraph and this paragraph to paragraph 2 and 3, which words did she use and what did they reveal about her thoughts, about her purpose? Okay, Moving on. And then they arrived, the minister's family and all my relatives, in a clamor of doorbells and rumpled Christmas packages. Robert grunted hello, and I pretended he was not worthy of existence. Dinner threw me deeper into despair. My relatives licked the ends of their chopsticks, reached across the table, dipping them into the dozen or so plates of food. Robert and their family waited patiently for platters to be passed to them. My relatives murmured with pleasure when my mother brought out the whole steamed fish. Robert grimaced. Then my father poked his chopsticks just below the fisheye and plucked out the soft meat. Amy, your favorite, he said, offering me the tender fish cheek. Oh, I wanted to disappear. At the end of the meal, my father leaned back and belched loudly, thanking my mother for her fine cooking. It's a polite Chinese custom to show you are satisfied, explained my father to our astonished guests. Robert was looking at his plate with a reddened face. The minister managed to muster up a quiet burp. I was stunned into silence for the rest of the night. Inferencing mood. So, what mood does the passage create? Like, what words does the author use to create this mood? Well, the author uses words like what and what to create a somewhat mood. So, go ahead and think about it. Think about moods. Maybe look up moods with your teacher. Almost done. So, after everyone had gone, my mother said to me, You want to be the same as American girls on the outside. She handed me an early gift. It was a miniskirt in beige tweed. But inside, you must always be Chinese. You must be proud of you are different. Your only shame is to have shame. And even though I didn't agree with her then, I knew that she understood how much I had suffered during the evening's dinner. It wasn't until many years later, long after I had gotten over my crush on Robert, that I was able to fully appreciate her lesson and the true purpose behind a particular menu. For Christmas Eve that year, she had chosen all my favorite foods. Okay. So, what lesson did the mother want to teach the narrator? Why had she designed the meal in this way? Go ahead and think about it, talk about it. This is something that we can do together and not just by yourself. After that, we'll have our exit ticket. So we can continue to use this category section. Number one, why does the author include a detailed description of the food or family cooked in paragraph 3? Number 2, what's the purpose of the final paragraph? Just go ahead and think about it. And this is a bonus. If you don't get to it, it's okay, but you can just think about it. Awesome. All right, people, other than that, my suggestion is that you read this again, but have fun reading and feel free to YouTube other items about dining customs across the world. All right, bye.